Hi everyone, it's me, Lamer Gamer. I'm here to give you a how-to video on how to use the Studio Editor on YouTube. It's a surprisingly simple and powerful tool that YouTube have created for you to be able to edit your videos and make them look that little bit better rather than just straight importing them onto YouTube. So here we go. So before you even start uploading a video, you need to make sure you have a YouTube channel. So once you've created your YouTube channel, you'll have a page that looks quite similar to this. This is ours. If you like what you see in this video and want to see more stuff like it, please feel free to subscribe. Obviously, if you have any queries, please put them in the comments below and I will try my best to answer them. Anyway, on with the tutorial. So first thing you're going to want to do is upload a video. So you go to here where it says create video or post, upload video. Then you select the file you want to upload. So as it's uploading, it'll take a short while to create. I've called it test vlog, purely for the purposes of this demonstration. So I'll call it hello, please subscribe. And while it uploads, it'll do its thing. So down here you've got a little percentage uploaded. It's going to tell me it's going to take around about 4 minutes to upload. So now that the video's finished processing, you can see at the bottom left it says finish processing. We can now see that we can add thumbnails, add it to a playlist, we can pick the audience it's for and everything like that. All the standard stuff you'd expect when uploading a video to YouTube. As it says here, you need to decide whether it's suitable for kids or not. I've selected no, it's not made for kids because it allows me to have comments. So if you guys have any questions about the video content, you can let me know. I've also not restricted the age because there's nothing sordid, I hope, on this video. Once we're all ready, we can press next. We can then add end screens and cards, but we don't really worry about that at the moment. Go next, and then I can publish it as a public thing. Private. I'll usually do it as an unlisted thing or a private just so I can go back through it and make sure I'm happy with the edit as it uploads to YouTube. So I'll put it as private for now. It doesn't really make a difference. It will still give you the same editing factors whether you're public, unlisted or private. And there it is at the top, test vlog. So what we want to do now is edit it, and we are going to click into the video. We can now see exactly what we posted on the video a minute ago. Over here now we have the editor button. This is what this video is all about. So you click the editor and it'll bring you up a lovely suite of tools. So to give you a rundown of what you're looking at the moment, you have your viewfinder, so it shows you what's playing. So if I'm to press play now, you can see the video. You can skip forward 10 seconds, you can skip back 10 seconds. You can play with the volume settings for the playback. It doesn't actually affect the output volume, it's just the output volume to yourself while you're editing. You can change all the settings and you can view it in full screen if you wanted to. You've also got the zoom in and zoom out function, so you can view your timeline and break it down even closer. So if I can zoom right in here, you can see now that I can go through it in a lot more detail. You've also got the trim button, which we will go into in a minute. And then as you come further down, we've got the video pane, which shows you all the frames of the video. We've got the audio pane that will show you audio if you're not too zoomed in. It'll show you all the audio waveforms. So there we go, the nice big loud boom at the start. And then my voice, which is significantly quieter. You can also add end screens, and there's also the blur function, which we will go into as well. So first of all, we want to be able to make an edit to our video. The first thing you'll want to do is select trim. And it brings this lovely blue box around the whole of the video. So say for instance you want to trim this starting video off the start, you basically select this blue line and you drag it up. And that essentially, this grey part now, is now a dead zone. Obviously I've cut that a bit too much because there's still part of me in there. So what I would need to do is zoom in a little bit more and find out actually where that goes. You can scroll along the tab by using this little line across the bottom. That's one thing I've noticed, that if you don't have your window on full screen mode, you're going to have to scroll down a tiny bit to be able to see the scroll bar. Watch, little wheel down, there it is. So I'm going to scroll in a little bit more. You can go back frames by pressing left and right on the arrow keys, and I'm going to cut it there. So I'm going to bring my blue line back to there. And now I'm going to select preview. Bear in mind, any changes you make will not be saved until you've previewed it. I've noticed that because you've got up here a little save icon. You can't click it as much as I click, and you can't discard any changes because you've not made any changes. So once you're happy with this cut, you press preview and you can see when it starts. Try and play the video from back here. Oh, it's me, Lamer Gamer. It just starts me from after the video. So let's try it again. From the start, like right at the start of the video. Oh, it's me, Lamer Gamer. Straight into my voice. You can also do the same with the other end of the video. So if I want to delete the video off the end of that, I can do the exact same with this blue line. However, I'm not going to do that there because I'm now going to show you the split functionality in this. Because if you may or may not have seen, we have a big old blank spot where I may not have put some frames in, which is a shame, and then it goes into the outro video. So what we're going to have to do is split it and delete this whole section out. To help make the best of a bad cut, you can either reshoot it, or if you're quite happy with the results without having to worry about transitions or anything like that, you go down to the bottom where it says here, preview, clear roll and split. You press split and it has now created another blue line. So this blue line is the start of another segment. You may see these as markers in other video editors and stuff like that. So if I want to delete it, I need to pick the end as well. That is where I want the other part of my split to be. Press split. Now you can see that there's one whole section there. So all I will do is drag this, and that section has now disappeared. So just to preview it, so I press preview like I did then. I'll click here just before the end. This is going to be a terrible cut because I actually did forget footage for this bit. And I press play. Get involved with some stuff with me. But at least we don't have that ginormous dark patch. If I wasn't happy with it, you go back to your edit trim, you find the bits that you're not so happy with. So I'll zoom in a little bit, and you can see up here there's an undo split. So you can get rid of that, and you can get rid of that, and then your section's back intact again. Or if you're doing it live, you can always press the undo buttons like I've done there. I want to keep those splits in, so I'll undo and it's gone again. There's also obviously the redo buttons that let you redo things. So once you're happy with it, you preview. You're happy. I know I'm happy with this cut, so I'm going to press save. It says here it might take a few hours, so I'm going to come back once it's finished updating. Normally it takes a couple of minutes, but depending on the size of the video and the number of cuts, I can imagine it can take a little bit longer. So I'm going to press save, and it all goes white. Across the bottom here it says video is being processed, please check back later. So if I go back to my videos, channel videos, and I thought maybe I could try and sneakily jump in again. I'll jump in on the video again and then go back to editor. It is actually still doing it. So you can't edit whilst it's updating the video or processing the video.
Several bad puns later.
So the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is your video audio in the YouTube Studio Editor. The audio tab comes just underneath the video tab. You can see all the audio waveforms along here. A tool that YouTube have added is that you can now import copyright-free songs into your video. To do this, all you do is you click the little audio plus sign here, and it should bring you up to another window. And there you go, you can see the video playing away. So if I'm going to pause it now, otherwise you're going to hear me talk. To select a song, you scroll down a little bit, and here are some of the songs that they do have available. Today we are going to go for Infiltration Device by Craig MacArthur. So I'm going to press play, just to hear it. To insert the track into your video, you go along to where it says add video and you click. And now it's added it into your video. You may or may not have noticed though that there is no audio from your video. I'll just repeat that now without the music playing. There is no audio from your original source. If you look over here, there's a little blue dot that says what your audio saturation should be, whether or not you're going to be favouring your original audio source over the new music. However, I like to dial it down all the way, because that way then everyone can hear what I'm saying and the music will be played and you can still hear it in the background, because doing this all the way down to favour original audio doesn't completely cancel out the music you've just imported, as you're about to see. Hello there, it's me, Lamer Gamer, and welcome to my first ever vlog, or video blog, or however you want it. Okay, I'm going to pause that. One thing you do need to note is how long the song is. For instance, Infiltration Device that we've just inserted into our video is 2 minutes and 58 seconds long. However, our actual video is 11 minutes and 20 seconds long. This means that the track will run out before the video is complete. One of the downsides to this really useful tool is that you can only import one song per video, which means really I need to move this to somewhere where I think it's appropriate. To do that, you drag it and you place it within your video where you want it to go. Every time you let go, the video plays as to give you a full run through. So it does get a bit annoying that you have to keep pausing it and carrying on. Not only are you able to move the song within your video, you're actually able to crop it and make it smaller by clicking these little buttons on the end and dragging. And now the track is a lot shorter than it was originally. So if we click to that point in the video, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to bring the volume up so I can hear it. And I'm going to press play. I got a new graphics card because I thought if I'm going to be playing games like this, but even then, the volume is a lot louder than myself on the track, so I probably wouldn't use it at that point in the video. But that being said, it is a useful tool if you do have something like a reveal or a pan over some kit if you're doing a review of it, or a time lapse. So it does have its uses. If you want to save it where it currently is, you just scroll down and you click Save Changes. However, please note, when you click Save Changes, it will go into the processing period again, and it may take a little while for you to come back into the video. But for the purposes of this, we're not going to save this, so you can either go Revert to Original, or even simpler, you just click this little box up here on the little cross and it will take you back to the video. You press Leave and you're back. The next thing we're going to talk about, adding end screens to your video. I know some YouTubers don't like to use these. I find them a really easy way of helping to attract audiences to my channel. So to add an end screen, you press the plus and you can either use a template that's pre-made, which is what we're going to do. There's lots of options you can pick from. I'm going to pick this one, and instantly it's added it to the end down here. So it starts just about here. If you click that, you'll be able to see what they do. So the first one is this little box on the right, and you can actually choose a link that this brings up. At the moment it selects best for viewer, but if there's a video you really want it to show you, so if you click most recent upload, or if you choose specific video, so for instance if I wanted to choose a specific video and I went to my Streamlabs OBS how-to video, I've selected that one as the most appropriate for the next one after this. I've also got this little round button here, which is going to be the picture for my channel, which is just a button that will allow you to go to my channel and subscribe, and that is about it really when it comes to end cards. So if I was to press play now, organisation stuff is going. Maybe if I get some new kit, and there it is. You can click that. Do that. As you can see, when I hovered my mouse over it, it had the little subscribe tab on it. So that's always good fun to have that, and it's another tool in your arsenal to help bring subscribers to your channel. Obviously, you can add things as well. So you want to add a playlist or a video. So I want to add a link to a video. I can move it around here. Maybe put it above there. It's starting to look a bit messy, and you're going to start losing content if you put too much on. But I can always put recommended best for viewer, or if you wanted to remove an element completely, you click it, there's a little bin and you can delete the element and it's gone. And now I can put the best for viewer one there, and no one would be any other wiser when they're watching it back. Organisation stuff is going. Maybe if I get some new kit I can show you. And just like that, it's in with no problems. We are now going to move on to the final tool that they've allowed us to use in the studio, which is the blur option. To do this, you have to click onto the Add Blur section here, which will take you to a pop-out window similar to when we went to add the audio. I'm going to put the volume all the way down on this. So this function can be quite handy for when you want to hide people's faces or add a custom blur to things when you don't want people to see things. So for instance, you've got blur faces here, blur faces of people who appear in the video, or you've got custom blurring, where you can hide things from the audience. Let's try blur faces first. So you would first of all go edit. And what it's doing now, it is scanning the whole video for the number of times a face appears in the video. So this could take a little while. At the moment we're on processing 1%, and we'll probably come back when it's finished processing, as it's now only got to 2%.
Later that same evening.
So now the video is processed and it's recognized all the faces in the video. As it is a vlog, there is only one face in the video, my face. As you can see there, from 0.06 to 10 minutes and 51 seconds, it is just my face. That is the only face we can blur, and for the exercise, we will blur my face. I've selected the face. Let's see what it looks like.
Hello there.
Oh my god.
Welcome to my first ever.
So that's what I look like with a blurry face. I think it's a bit of an improvement, to be fair. As it is a vlog and sometimes people do want to see the face of the vloggers, I'm just going to cancel out of that for now, and it should be back to how it was originally. Yeah, there he is. Old ginger beard there. The final blur option we have is custom blurring, which is where you select edit. It will then bring up a really loud version of my video. I'm going to turn it down just so I can talk over it if it plays again. And as you can see, it's processing here. What I'm going to do is skip through a little bit, and then to add a blur, you drag a box over, and instantly in the timeline you can see a blurring icon here. You can use this to zoom in on the blur. Now, one thing that they have done, they've given us this really handy tool. However, you are not able to adjust the size of the blur. You can only move it around, which is a shame, because I think this could be really useful. So what I'm going to do, as well as having one blur, you can also have several blurs at the same time. So I'm just going to go back. There's one blur up on the Lamer Gamer logo. I'm now going to do one across the Venom logo. If you don't like the second blur, you can click it and you can press delete, and it's gone. As I don't feel like I need a blur in this video, I'm going to press cancel. And as there's nothing in this I really want to blur, I'm going to press the little cross at the top again. Otherwise, you can revert to the original, save it, and it will go through the processing procedure, or you can save it as a new video. I don't need to do any of that, so I'm now going to press close, and I'm back to this. Once you're happy with all of your edits, you then press save, and it will go through the processing procedure, and it will give us that white square where we can edit it because YouTube is processing it. If I press save, it will tell me, do I want to make changes? Am I happy to make these changes? And if I save, I can wait. It might take a little while, but there we go. I'm going to press save now. And there's the white screen of no touchiness. Once that's all edited and processed, that will be your video. And that concludes my tutorial on using YouTube Studio Editor. Obviously, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you really enjoyed what you saw and you'd like to see more of it, please feel free to like, subscribe and follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and all the other various social media sites. Until then, I'll see you online. Cheers.